Welcome to Mindful Objective, the podcast where we take a grounded, holistic approach to understanding health challenges in the modern world. I'm your host, Dr. Daniel Sproul, Integrative Health Practitioner and Professor. Today's episode 18, is all about your questions. We're diving into a new round of listener-submitted concerns, from stubborn brain fog and unexplained hair loss to elevated blood pressure, relentless sugar cravings, and skin rashes that seem to have no clear cause. These aren't just frustrating symptoms, they're important messages, and in this episode, we'll explore those messages, what they can mean from an integrative health perspective, with practical ways to support your body, your energy, and overall well-being. As always, quick reminder, this podcast is for informational educational purposes only. We do not diagnose, cure, or treat any illness or disease. So let's get started. Listener question number 1, Jasmine. I'm Jasmine. I'm 29. I've been struggling with brain fog, forgetfulness, and feeling like my head is always in the clouds. I eat well, get decent sleep, and I don't drink. What could be causing this, and how can I clear it up naturally? So, Jasmine, brain fog can be incredibly frustrating. We all get it. It disconnects you from your work, your focus, or even your relationships. So, from a functional perspective, the causes are rarely in your head. They're often involved in your gut. A lot of times nutrient deficiencies, blood sugar imbalances, or even inflammation. So start by reviewing your blood sugar stability, right? If you start the day with high carbs or caffeine on an empty stomach, you're crashing later, even if you don't feel jittery. Eating protein, healthy fat, and fiber in your first meal can provide steadier foundation, right? Get you more balanced. So a lot of people go right away to just have coffee and on an empty stomach, and that's not good. So next, you want to assess your nutrients for cognition, especially omega-3s, B vitamins, vitamin D, and iron. So if you're low on any of these, it can affect your neurotransmitter function and memory. One thing you want to consider too is your gut health. So a leaky or inflamed gut can lead to immune system activation and neuroinflammation. So if you had antibiotics, food sensitivities, or IBS symptoms, gut repair strategies like probiotics, L-glutamine, or fermented foods could help. Another overlooked factor is environmental toxicity. Mold exposure or poor indoor air quality can trigger persistent cognitive symptoms. Air purifiers and bonding agents like activated charcoal with guidance may offer support. You also want to support your detox with leafy greens, lemon water, and sweating. So daily practices that gently clear metabolic byproducts. Finally, check in with your nervous system. Be constantly on the edge, right? Even on a subtle way. Keeps you in survival mode, which can interfere with your memory and focus. So you want to try like breath work on nature time. Get out of the house. Get out of the work. Go outside. Be by the flowers and nature. Listen to the birds. Or another thing you could do is 10 minutes of silence can help reset that connection. So brain fog is often a downstream symptom. It's not a primary issue. You want to restore balance at the root, and your clarity can return. Again, there's hope. So, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out and do a consultation and see where we could help you out. So listener question number 2. Hi, I'm Lewis. I'm 50. I was recently told by my physician that I have high blood pressure. Even though I'm not overweight and I eat mostly healthy, I don't want to jump straight into medications. Are there any natural ways to support blood pressure? Hello, Lewis. Thanks for submitting your question. Elevated blood pressure without obvious lifestyle triggers is a sign your body is compensating for something. So integrative health can help you explore what that might be, right? We want to look for that root cause. First, check your sodium to potassium ratio. While salts get the blame, right? We hear it all the time, don't take salt. Eat a low, sodium diet. Use these products contain low sodium, but sometimes that causes more issues. So you want to check that sodium to potassium ratio. So low potassium is often a bigger issue than the salt itself, the sodium itself. So leafy greens, avocados, bananas, and sweet potatoes can help restore the balance. Also look at magnesium, which relaxes blood vessels and helps regulate pressure. Many people are deficient in magnesium. Magnesium glycinate or citrate at 300 to 400 milligrams a day may help, and Epsom salts If you take these in a bath, they also add extra relaxation benefits. So again, visit Mindful Objective to take advantage of discount on supplements. Just a quick reminder. Another key area is stress reactivity. So even if you don't feel stressed, your nervous system might be locked in sympathetic on mode. So try vagus nerve stimulation. This would be cold exposure, deep humming, or box breathing to help lower the baseline tension. You also want to support vascular health with foods high in nitric oxide precursors like beets, arugula, and even pomegranate juice. These also work to improve circulation naturally. So, in addition to mineral balance and vascular health, it's important to consider your kidney function, as the kidneys play a major role in regulating blood pressure. So, when the kidneys are under strain, whether from chronic dehydration, high sodium intake without sufficient potassium, or subtle inflammation, they can signal the body to retain fluid and constrict blood vessels. Again, if you're having sodium, you want to have potassium. So, supporting your kidneys through adequate hydration, mineral rich foods like leafy greens and cucumbers, and herbal support such as nettles or dandelion leaf may help promote healthy filtration and reduce unnecessary blood pressure elevation. So, finally, don't overlook sleep quality and blood sugar. Sleep apnea, even mild, can raise blood pressure. And insulin resistance, which can be silent, triggers fluid retention and vessel tension. A continuous glucose monitor or fasting insulin test may reveal blood sugar issues you didn't expect. So high blood pressure isn't just about salt, right? It's not about always sodium. It's about your vascular tone, mineral balance, nervous system stress, and metabolic health. So support all of these and your numbers can often shift. So on to listener question number 3, and I think we have 7 of them today. So this is Tara. She's 34. She's constantly craving sugar, even when she's not hungry. She says, I eat clean overall, but I still feel myself reaching for sweets, especially in the afternoon or after dinner. What could be going on? Hello, Tara. Sugar cravings are more than just willpower issue. They're often signals from your hormones, blood sugar, and even your gut microbiome. So one of the biggest culprits is blood sugar instability. Even if you eat clean, breakfast or lunch low in protein or fat can cause glucose spikes or crash. Again, improve your protein. Your body responds by craving quick energy, usually sugar. So as we always say, start your morning meal with protein. Try something with 25, 35 grams of protein, eggs, turkey sausage, protein smoothie, fiber, and a little bit of fat. This sets the tone for the rest of your day. Also note that craving after meals often stem from dopamine dips. Sugar gives you the temporary high, but there are better ways to support and reward your system, right? You could do this by brisk walks, so walking quickly, singing, journaling, or a handful of berries or dark chocolate can trigger the same brain chemistry with less downside. So you want to check for mineral imbalances too, right? Low magnesium or chromium can increase cravings. Supplementing wisely can help. And you can do this by adding leafy greens, pumpkin seeds. Another one would be adding cinnamon to your routine. So gut imbalances can also drive cravings, especially candida or bacterial overgrowth. That's where we do that organic acid test. These organisms feed on sugar and can influence brain chemistry. If you have bloating, fatigue, brain fog, consider stool testing or herbal antimicrobials. You want to use these under guidance, though. So work with a health coach on that. Don't forget emotional eating, right? Sweet cravings are often tied to unmet emotional needs. People get this by comfort, rewarding, or soothing requirements, right? Bringing awareness to the emotions behind your cravings can weaken its power. Again, track your food, Your cravings are data, not weakness. So balance your blood sugar, nourish your brain, and check your gut health. And you know what? Watch these symptoms ease up. All right, listener question number 4. All good questions. Hello, I'm Brian. I'm 44. I sleep 7 to 8 hours most nights. I eat pretty well and I don't drink much, but I still feel low energy and zero motivation, especially in the morning. What else should I be looking at? Hello, Brian. Thank you for sending the question. Brian, so low motivation paired with fatigue, even with good sleep, often points to underlying biochemical imbalances rather than just lifestyle habits. So, from an integrative perspective, we look at adrenal health, mitochondrial function, thyroid conversion, and nutrient depletion as possible culprits in this, right? Your adrenal glands regulate your energy through cortisol, right? Everybody talks about cortisol. But if your cortisol's too low in the morning and too high at night, you might wake up tired and stay sluggish. That was my specific problem here. Is when I ran my cortisol years ago, I was too low in the morning and too high at night. And one of the issues was I was like a night owl. My body thought the opposite. I would love to stay up at night and want to sleep during the day. That's not the right way. So one way we test is a 4-point cortisol test to uncover your rhythm. We could offer functional labs through Mindful Objective if you're looking to place a start. So again, Brian, feel free to visit mindfulobjective.com, look at our lab options there, or just, start a consultation and we could guide you in the right path. You also want to check your mitochondrial for energy engine. This is your energy engines inside your cells. Whether they're underfunctioning due to stress, toxins, or poor nutrients availability, your energy drops even with sleep. So nutrients like CoQ10, what would be another one? B vitamins, L-carnitine, another one would be magnesium, are all essential for mitochondrial output. You may also benefit from adaptogens like rhodiola, which support natural energy levels without overstimulation. Again, we offer high-quality practitioner-grade supplements on our website, always 20% off retail. You're not overpaying for foundational support, right? We don't know how long that'll last, so right now, take advantage. Work with a practitioner. We'll get you on the right plan. Another thing we'll finally want to do is a thyroid panel. If your thyroid panel is normal, make sure you're testing free T3, reverse T3, and TPO antibodies, not just TSH and T4. You want to make sure you have, the full list. And those, again, would be free T3, reverse T3, free T4, TSH, TPO antibodies. So thyroid hormone conversions can stall, especially men over 40s, women too. Your body's not lazy. It's asking for a deeper look. So lab testing and targeting nutrients can help restore your drive from the inside out. So listener question number 5, Anika. I'm Anika. I'm 40 and I work in a factory. And over the past year, my hair has thinned significantly. It's falling out in the shower. It feels finer than ever. My labs all came back normal. What else could be going on? Well, there's not a lot of information in here. So it'd be interesting to see which labs came back normal, right? Anika, a lot of times too is sometimes if you're a listener out there, you're submitting a question, be sure to kind of include details about which lab you are talking about. So again, she's 40 years old. Her hair is thin significantly. It falls out in the shower and feels thinner. So Anika, hair thinning is often dismissed when labs look normal, but there's usually deeper factors at play, especially around hormones, nutrients, thyroid functions, and another one, stress. So first, revisit your thyroid. Even if your TSH is in range, hair loss is commonly linked to low free T3. Or it could be linked also to elevated reverse T3, which blocks active hormones from reaching cells. We offer comprehensive thyroid panels through Mindful Objective if your provider didn't run those markers. So again, if you went through a physician, they ran labs, but they didn't run them in detail, right? A lot of physicians they may run a TSH and T4, right? And sometimes T3, but a lot of them do not do reverse T3 or the TPO antibodies. So that's where we come into play. Do not hesitate to reach out. Our labs aren't expensive, so feel free to reach out to ask about information. So next you want to think about is your iron status, especially ferritin. This reflects stored iron. Hair loss is often seen when ferritin dips below 50 nanograms per milliliter, even if hemoglobin looks normal. Also check zinc, biotin, vitamin D, and B complex levels, all essential for your follicular health and hair growth. Our supplement shop has curated formulas like methylated B vitamins and bioavailable mineral blends. We help to work to bridge that gap affordably. So from a hormone standpoint, testosterone or DHT excess can lead to hair thinning around the crown or temples. So, other thing we would consider here is a Dutch hormone test to see where you stand with those DHT and testosterone levels. So, lastly, don't overlook chronic stress. Are you stressed? You have a lot going on in your life, a lot going on at work, a lot going on with your children if you have children. So, elevated cortisol pulls nutrients away from the hair growth and into survival mode. Herbal adaptogens and nervous system regulations can help bring your system out of that fight or flight. So, hair loss is often a tip of the iceberg. So, we got to look deeper into hormones, thyroid, nutrient levels, and use targeted support to shift your body back into growth mode. Literally, right? Let's rebalance that body. Listener question number 6, Richard. I'm Richard. He didn't list his age here. We do ask you to list your age because it helps to kind of identify sometimes what labs are needed based on age, right? Body changes over the years. So Richard, he's getting red, itchy rashes on his arms and chest, but allergy testing came back negative. I've changed my laundry detergent and stopped using scented products, but it keeps coming back. What else should I consider? So Richard, reoccurring rashes without allergy markers usually point to internal inflammation, immune hypersensitivity, or detox overload, not just surface reaction. So start with a gut-skin connection. Many rashes are driven by leaky gut, food sensitivities, or microbiome imbalances like candida. So even if you eat clean food like eggs, soy, gluten can trigger immune responses. A food sensitivity pan or elimination protocol, again, food tracking, elimination, can help be a game changer. They're both available through your functional testing here at Mindful Objective. So your liver and lymphatic system also play key roles in your skin health. So if your detox pathways are sluggish, the body often pushes toxins out through the skin. A lot of people do not know that, right? So if a lot are coming out through your skin, is your detox pathways sluggish? Daily practices like dry brushing, sauna use, lemon water, and sweating help your body release what it can't handle internally. Again, if you're doing a lot of sweating, sauna use, and sweating from activities, make sure you're supplement with electrolytes. So from another supplemental perspective, support skin repair with zinc, quercetin, omega-3s, and vitamin A. So you don't want to forget to support your nervous system, though. That's another thing. Chronic stress impairs your gut barrier, suppresses immunity, increases histamine levels. This will also worsen your skin flare-ups. So you're not reacting to nothing, right? Your skin is processing something when your immune system can't tolerate it. So get curious about what's going on with your body and get your body to a clearing stage. You got to give it tools it needs to do it more gently, right? That's where we come into play. So let's run some functional tests here. Let's do that food tracking. Let's do maybe a elimination diet and take it from there. Listener, this is the final question here. Listener question number 7. This is Krista. I am Krista. I have 3 kids. I'm 33 years old. My hands and feet are always cold, even in the summer. I'm active. I eat healthy, but nothing seems to help. Could this be a circulation issue, or is this something else going on? I'm worried. Totally understand where you're coming from, Krista. One thing to note is cold extremities are often dismissed as poor circulation, but they're usually connected to thyroid function, adrenal health, nutrient deficiencies, and another one will be low metabolic activity. So let's first start with the thyroid. Even subtle stuff like lower problems with your thyroid, like slower working thyroid, especially low free T3. This slows down cellular energy production and blood flow. So if you had a full thyroid panel, that's the next step. If you haven't had one, that's what we should do. Again, you didn't kind of state on here if any labs were ran, but we would want to do a full thyroid panel, right, to include those thyroids we talked on the last question. That's the next key step, right? We offer comprehensive thyroid testing to dig deeper. So other would be low iron or B12 levels. Also, what they do is impair oxygen delivery and heat generation. So cold hands and fatigue often go hand in hand. Make sure your ferritin is above 60 nanograms per milliliter, and B12 is in upper functional range, just not normal, right? Through Integrative Health, we work to get your levels up to optimal, right? Through your medical doctor, you may run labs, and excuse me, they come back as normal, but we don't just like normal, we like optimal. So that's where we work to get your labs up to your levels up to optimal ranges. Also consider cortisol rhythm. So when cortisol is low, your body conserves energy by reducing blood flow to less vital areas like fingers and toes. If you also feel tired, dizzy on standing, or mental foggy, this could be a sign of adrenal dysregulation. And an adrenal saliva test can help map this out. So from a supplement standpoint, support mitochondrial and circulation with CoQ10, magnesium, L-carnitine. They're all available through Mindful Objective, through vetted or dispensary. You may also benefit from simple daily habits. Contrast showers, movement after meals, and warming foods like ginger or cayenne can naturally increase core heat and circulation. Cold hands and feet aren't just about temperature. They're clues about energy, oxygen, and blood flow. So find the root and you'll start to warm up from the inside out. Again, that's what we're here for. Let's find the root issue, root cause of your health issues. So don't ever feel embarrassed. Don't ever hesitate to reach out. I mean, it's what we're here for. We want to help the world heal. Do that one client at a time. So that wraps up this episode of Mindful Objective. So again, today we unpack 7 real-life health concerns that many people silently carry. Low energy despite sleep, hair thinning that seems unexplained. What's another one? Stubborn rashes, sugar cravings that don't quit, right? And more. So what you're experiencing isn't just random or just aging. We hear that all the time. Oh, I'm just getting older. Or your doctor says you're just getting older. That's not true. It's a reflection of deeper patterns your body wants you to notice, right? Your body's telling you something. Listen. When we listen through the root cause lenses, we can respond in ways that actually create change. Gren, let's work on healing you and rebalancing that body. So a reminder, this podcast for informational educational purposes only. We do not diagnose, cure, or treat any illness or disease. If today's episode offered insight or encouragement, share it with someone who might facing similar struggles. Your story and your healing can help someone else begin theirs. That's why I created these podcasts, because of all what I've been through. Hopefully I help other people out there too. So to submit your own question on a future episode, visit mindfulobjective.com/podcast. Again, that's mindfulobjective.com/podcast. And follow us on at Mindful Objective on social media for more resources, tools, and support. Until next time, stay curious, stay compassionate, and keep tuning into what your body's trying to tell you all along. Stay well.